everybody. So I made a post yesterday that said there were 3 different topics that I was curious about what people were most interested in hearing about. And my second topic was the one that got most attention, and that is how to handle a binge. Okay, so there's a bunch of different reasons that people have a binge eating moment, day, week, month, year, God forbid. And it can all circle back around to emotions. But I don't want to get into the details of the emotions or why we get there and do that. I mean, we're all going through a bunch of crap right now with this sickness and this world crisis. I'm not the only one that binge ate on Thursday. I can guarantee myself that. I know I'm not alone right now. I know that I'm not the only one trying to not have a relationship with my refrigerator at the moment because it's always begging me to come see what's in store. So let's get right into it. On Thursday, I had an emotional screw up of a day. I just emotionally, mentally, physically, I was tired. I couldn't do it. Thursday was not a good day for me. So what did I do? Well, I went out into the wild and went to the grocery store with a face mask and gloves on. Go ahead, don't get mad at me and tell me I need to stay home right now. I've been home, trust me. I've been to the grocery store 3 times in almost 2 weeks. Anyway, so I went to the store and I walked past the cereal aisle and I passed it, but I thought about it. And then I walked past it again and I went down about a quarter of the way down the aisle and I was like, ooh, I could get this and I probably wouldn't overdo it. And I put it back down, left. I got in the checkout with a bag of cat litter and like some cotton balls. And I looked back over my shoulder to that cereal aisle again and I went right to it and I grabbed a big box of very plain, very, very plain. I like plain cereal, no sugar coat, nothing. Just high fiber, basically tastes like a cardboard box cereal. It was a 400-gram box. A serving of it is 50 grams. So what does that mean? That means there's 8 servings in that box, and I ate the whole box. Every bit of my thought process was, as I carried that box, first of all, I tried to talk myself out of it twice, right there in the store. I was like, no, no, no. Then I'm about to pay, and I went right back and I got it. Brought it back, pay, and the whole way I'm going to the car, I'm thinking about how much I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to eat the whole damn box when I get home. And you know what I did? I had a big-ass bowl of 100 grams of it, 1/4 of it right there. Immediately following it, had another bowl. 2 hours later, had another bowl, and then I went to bed. But I also had dinner and everything else that I normally eat. Well, that was Thursday. Friday morning, what did I do when I woke up? I slipped right back into this old way of thinking, well, I've messed my diet up this much already. I may as well finish it off. So I had that last bowl. And then I said to myself, now I've binged this hard and it's been so long since I have. What can I do to make it better? And that's when the thought hit me. What am I doing? Why am I retracting back into an old way of thinking and into an old habit of what happens after I binge eat? I think about when I first started taking care of my body and understanding how the human body works. And I remember when I would binge on like a whole tub of ice cream or a whole cake, and then the next day I would starve myself, I would overtrain, I would do everything that much more. So I created this negative, bigger than life idea around everything. I binged this big on food that I shouldn't have eaten, so I'm gonna starve myself this big from every food that I should be eating, and I'm gonna overtrain myself this much more to make up for what I have done to myself. Essentially making exercise punishment. Essentially making hydration punishment. Essentially creating a negative loop of dependency on diuretics, on colon cleanses, on different things that emptied my body completely, so much to the point that sometimes it would even drain my soul to get rid of one day or one night's mistake. Slipping back into these old thoughts are very, 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 very harmful to progressing forward in health and wellness journeys of any sort. It doesn't matter if you are trying to lose your first 25 pounds because you're a little bit overweight, or if you're extremely obese and you're trying to lose 100 pounds. It doesn't matter if you're a fitness competitor and it's your first show or your 15th show. We all have these negative feedback loops that take us back to a starting period in our lives, or a period in our lives full of trauma, emotional issues, and setbacks. And we have to get out of that negative loop. Listen to me loud and clear. If you want to have a night of binging, whether you want to or not, but it happens. I don't think we ever want. I don't think we're ever like, I can't wait to fuck up my progress. Like, I really don't think any of us are actually like that. So when we think about it, when you have that box of cereal or you have that case of muffins and you're like, it's about to go down. I'm sad, I'm angry, I'm depressed, I'm lonely, I'm about to devour this. Cool, do it. But you know what fixes it the next day? Being normal. Being normal the next day fixes it. You're going to wake up in the morning after a binge, whether it's been on sweets or alcohol or junk food. You're going to wake up the next morning and you're going to immediately have two different thoughts. One is complete that same task. Do it again. You've already screwed up. Hair of the dog. Just do it. It's fine. And then the other one is saying, no, starve yourself, shame on you, bad you should run extra hard, you should lift extra heavy, you should be ashamed of yourself. Both of these little fuckers are wrong. You shouldn't think either of those ways. What you should think about is, wow, okay, I really overdid it last night. What does this mean? What has happened to my body? Okay, sure, there's been a surplus of calories, that's a no-brainer. But what is a surplus of calories, a surplus of glycogen, a massive influx of sugar in the body and carbohydrates and unwanted fats in the body mean? It means you've got a lot of energy that's ready to be used. So what is the perfect thing to say, thank you, binge, bye bitch, go to the gym. Or right now, since we're on lockdown, get an online training plan. Start exercising. Turn your spare bedroom into a gym. Do some jumping jacks. Lift something heavy. Run up and down the stairs, run around your garage, run around your parking lot, run around your yard, whatever it is you can do. Take all this fuel, literally, whether it was cake, whether it was ice cream, whether it was burgers or pizza. There is a plethora. You have now got this massive amount of fuel, which are what those things are. Fats and sugars and carbohydrates are fuel. And you can either use them to give yourself an amazing workout and use that workout not as a means of discipline, as a shame on you for doing what you did so bad yesterday, but using it as, wow, I can grow my body from a mistake. That doesn't mean you need to make this mistake all the time. But one thing that you can take away from this is understanding what happens when you have a cheat day. When you have a binge and then you use it constructively the next day to have a good day, to get a good session, to feel good about yourself for having pulled yourself and bullied yourself down into such a stinky funk that you decided to eat shit that you would never otherwise eat in quantities that you would never imagine consuming. You've now taken that crappy place that you were yesterday and put it into something fundamental and building and powerful that make you feel better about yourself. That's the role you need to get into. That's for fitness part of it. The diet part of it, and I'm gonna have to be quick here, don't starve yourself. Drink a gallon of water or more, like you should be doing anyway, every day. Go right back to eating the foods that are good for you. Increase your protein content. Know that you don't need to eat that much sugar. You had enough sugar yesterday to last you a whole lifetime. So knock it down. Increase your proteins. Eat complex carbohydrates that are good for you. Hydrate your body. Trust me, you're gonna feel heavy and like you have so much water weight on you, but the best way to get rid of water weight is with water. Drink fluids. Fill yourself up with water. Get a good workout in. Drink your protein shakes, have your lean cuts of meat, have your egg whites, have your fish, have your steamed vegetables, and get right back on track. If you want to stay on track after you've derailed, just get back on track. It's literally that simple.